Has anybody ever told you that you're a sentient being experiencing human consciousness through the five senses? Do you find yourself experiencing déjà vu more than usual? Have you been losing interest in the circle that you normally travel with, or even a sudden feeling of being distant from family members? Have you ever wondered why you see the same numbers and they keep showing up for a few days and then it just stops? Do you find yourself waking up in the mornings between the hours of 3 a.m. and 4 a.m., usually lasting a few days and then back to a normal sleeping pattern? Do you feel that maybe something's changing inside of you? A gut feeling that something is different. You feel it, you know it, but you don't know what it is. The truth is you already know, but your ego self is fighting you for dominance in a world made of matter. You see, once you realize the truth of who you really are, then something happens, and it happens to each and every one of us that walks this path. You find out that it is actually yourself that is giving you the secret signs to awakening your mind. I see there is a lot of confusion online with the subject of awakening. So today we will get a better understanding of what it is to be awakened, how it works, and the signs that lead down this path. Now, when first getting into this, you'll hear terms like self-awareness or consciousness, maybe the term light worker or awakened or enlightenment. These words can mean different meanings depending on the contents you're using them in, but essentially the power of these words are the gateway to enlightenment. I think it is important to clarify what awakening actually means, so when I speak of this, we will be on the same page. You see, you could have an enlightened mind through disciplined studies of higher spiritual principles, but this form of enlightenment doesn't mean you're spiritually awake, nor does it mean you're psychologically aware, and this type of enlightenment is not what we're talking about. Being awakened or enlightenment in the way we are talking about is associated with cognition. As you start to open your mind, you will begin to see signs, which means you're on the right path. We're going to go over some of the most common signs you're going to experience. For others, it will be synchronicity of numbers, or you might refer them as angel numbers. Numbers like 444, 222, 1111. These numbers will show up over and over again for a few days, and then it's gone until it happens again. As you gain momentum in your quest, you will find yourself waking up out of a dead sleep in the hours between 3 and 4 a.m. and will last for approximately 2 to 3 days. It is important to try and remember either your first thoughts or the dream. These signs are often messages from your higher self trying to guide you along the way. When synchronicities appear for someone on the spiritual path is that moment in the fabric of time when we suddenly become consciously aware that we have made a deeper connection with the universe. As you move forward towards enlightenment, you will also discover you have developed empathy, and you will now be able to understand through feelings what another person is experiencing. The reason for this is because you've come to realize that we are in fact all connected in the grand scheme of things, and your views will change about the people around you. Another sign will be the sudden lack of interest in the circle of friends you normally hang out with, or even a sudden feeling of being distant from a family member. The reason for this is because you are awakening, and as you receive more and more knowledge, you will find yourself gravitating to more like-minded people that share your beliefs. It's not that the circle of friends are bad. It's just that as you start to dissolve the layers of your ego self, you realize that the previous things you are into doesn't serve you anymore because you're living through the heart instead of the previous ego self. The fact that you are listening to this now and feel drawn to this type of topic means that you are in the process of awakening, or you have already awakened. Your heart already knows this, but the brain can't accept it yet, so it is rewriting itself because it can't predict the next move. You are now dealing with the unconscious mind, and the conscious mind will fight you to the end to keep the ego self on top. You see, the conscious mind's job is to collect information through our senses. Its function is to analyze and only works on logic, and makes decisions and sleeps when we do. The unconscious mind's job is to be creative, imaginative. It controls all the involuntary movements, it never sleeps, and is responsible for our survival. Look at it this way. The conscious mind is the passenger in the car, and the unconscious is the driver who controls all the bells and whistles in the car. We are all connected. We all have been given a gift to use to help one another. We were meant for much more than the lives we have been living. You only need to open your mind, and the truth of who you really are will reveal itself. It is no coincidence that millions of people are waking up at the same time that our planet is shifting. The time for those that are in power, that are truly running this planet, is coming to an end. As more people are awakened to the truth, the balance will shift to one of love and harmony, and we can all live as we are meant to. May you all be safe, be aware, and we will see you next week.